So guys, Josh Warrington beats Carl Frampton in a very, very tight fight. Beat him on points in a thriller. What a fight. What a fight. Now, I was watching the Chisora fight. We had it on TV, and I was watching the Frampton Warrington fight on my laptop, and what a fight. What a fight. We had two fights tonight really that should have been on separate nights. Two excellent fights. What fights? Unbelievable. But Frampton, Warrington, they came out from round one and they were swinging leather. They were throwing punches, and it was unbelievable fight. Really impressed. I thought Warrington and Frampton both did themselves proud, but Warrington really impressed me. Warrington, in my opinion, was a right winner. And Frampton even said it at the end that Warrington's probably a lot better than what I thought. And he is. I think Warrington, I thought Lee Selby would beat him. And he beat Lee Selby quite convincingly. And I thought he beat Frampton quite convincingly. I think Josh Warrington's quite an underrated fighter. I think people don't really give him the credit that he deserves. I think Warrington's a very good fighter. Now, I don't think Carl Frampton's on the slide. I think people think that Carl Frampton's on the slide. I don't think so. I just think that Josh Warrington's a lot better than what people think. And he doesn't look that great. His boxing ability doesn't look that good, but he's actually very clever, and he actually fought to a game plan. He kept making, especially early on, he kept making Frampton miss, and he was utilizing his frame and his physical advantages to his advantage, and Frampton was really struggling early on to land on Warrington. Warrington was making it very tough. And it's only towards the back end of the fight where Frampton started getting a bit of success. He did close the gap later on, Frampton, but really early on, in my opinion, is what won Warrington the fight. You know, Warrington had a very handy lead. I think most people had him like 4-5-1 up after 6 rounds, and it was impressive. I thought Frampton would win this fight, but I was really impressed with Josh Warrington. I think this man's a player moving forward. I think he's a serious threat moving forward to any of the champions as well. I think he's a really underrated fighter and a very good fighter. Just a great fight, a thriller, a war. It was a tear-up, a proper tear-up. Just very impressed with the way Warrington fought, really. I think Frampton was very surprised by how good Josh Warrington was. Josh Warrington has a very hustly-bustly style, where he's in your face, he's not giving you much breathing space, and he was like that today. But I thought he was actually very good. He was using a lot of boxing ability. Like he was using his size to his advantage. Frampton couldn't get close to him. It was a very clever performance by Josh Warrington. I didn't think he had that in him, if I'm totally honest with you, but it was impressive to say the least. I think Warrington's a player moving forward. Now, who knows? Warrington might be looking for those big fights with Santa Cruz and all of the top boys. I think he gives them good fights. I think he could even beat Santa Cruz. I think Warrington's a very underrated fighter. I think Kid Galahad is his mandatory challenger. I think he beats Kid Galahad quite convincingly. I don't think Galahad's on Warrington's level. I think Warrington's a very good fighter. To beat Lee Selby and then come and beat, Carl Frampton, that's no easy task. And like I said, he did it quite emphatically as well, in my opinion. I think he was a deserved winner. And when you've just performed in 2 fights where you were the underdog and you've come out on top and won, in my opinion, emphatically. And when I mean emphatically, I mean he was a deserved winner for the fight. It wasn't like it was close, but it wasn't. The right man got the decision. And really impressive performance by Josh Warrington. Carl Frampton, I don't know where he goes next. Does he look for a rematch? Does he look another route? Does he look for a quick rematch? I don't know because a lot of people thought Carl Frampton's on the slide. I wouldn't want to say he's on the slide, but maybe he's not the fighter he was. Or maybe Josh Warrington's just a lot better than what people thought. And he beat Frampton. I do think Frampton put in a good performance, especially, you know what, I thought Frampton, it looked like in the second round that Warrington was on the verge of stopping him. But Frampton, obviously a champion like he is, he's not going to go down easy. You know, it's not going to be easy to put someone like Frampton away. And he showed that. He showed great determination and went the 12 rounds. I don't think Warrington's a massive puncher, but he's got a decent pop. I think Frampton, he looked a little small for Warrington. I think Warrington was a bit bigger than him, and that played a part, especially early on, because it looked like, you know, Frampton couldn't get close initially. But I think Warrington boxed a very good fight, a very smart fight, and I think, like I said, I think this man's a player moving forward in the division. I think he can go on to unify. I think he's a very underrated fighter. He's a type of fighter which he doesn't do anything impressive, but he probably does everything good, which makes him very impressive. Mikey Garcia's a little bit like that, where, don't get me wrong, Mikey Garcia's on a much higher level, but Mikey Garcia doesn't do anything great, but he does everything very good, which makes him great. And I think Warrington's probably in the same boat, but not as skilled as a Garcia. But I think this guy is gonna go on and definitely test the other champions. Yeah, he's got an ambition to go on to unify, and I think he can. I think Leo Santa Cruz, let's not forget, Leo Santa Cruz had 2 tough fights with Carl Frampton. 2 tough fights that could have gone either way, both times. And Warrington's beat Frampton now. And I think Warrington gives Leo Santa Cruz hell. I think Warrington's a very, very good fighter. Very, very underrated fighter. Especially, I didn't rate Warrington that highly, but now, after the 2 wins that he's pulled off, I definitely rate him. And I think he's a player, not just domestically. I thought he was a domestic fighter and he could mix it with guys like Frampton, Selby, but it'd probably come out short. But he's actually beaten him, and he's beaten him quite well. And I actually think now he can mix it at world level, and not just mix it, but beat those guys. I think he's a very, very top fighter, and I think Warrington has a very, very bright future ahead of him. Carl Frampton might be towards the end of his career. He might have another couple of fights, but I still think Frampton can come again. That was a cracking fight. Who knows? They do the rematch. The rematch would be great. It definitely has the ingredients. You know, though this was a thriller. Although I thought the right man won, it was definitely a thriller and a fight that I would love to see again. Let's see if Frampton can make any adjustments in the rematch. But maybe Josh Warrington wants to kick on now and challenge for world titles. I'll challenge for you to become unified champion. You know, you can't blame him if he goes on to do that. But yeah, guys, leave your thoughts. What did you make of the fight? Did you think Josh Warrington won the fight? What do you think Josh Warrington should do next? What do you think Frampton should do next? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.